raise your right hand. Do you promise that the testimony you are about to give will faithfully and truthfully conform to the facts and rules of criminal trial competition?
I do.
Please be seated.
May I proceed?
You may.
Please state your name for the court, spelling the last for the record.
My name is Dr. Jen Olson, O-L-S-O-N.
And what is your educational background?
Well, I went to the U of M to get my undergrad in engineering, but then when I got my master's, I decided to focus on structural engineering, and then the same for my doctorate.
And what is your current occupation?
Well, I'm lead engineer for the Minnesota branch of the National Transportation Safety Board.
What does this job entail?
Well, it usually entails keeping track of records and looking over any current inspections so that I can tell ships how best to proceed to ensure the structural integrity of the ship. And often when I come to ships that have been in accidents, I'm often required to reconstruct the accident in some sort.
What, if anything, did you review before coming to trial?
Well, I made sure to review all the witness affidavits as well as the exhibits for the case and the Coast Guard's report of the damages to the Fitzgerald before November 10th, as well as the Coast Guard's inspection after the accident.
The plaintiff offers Dr. Jan Olson as an expert in structural engineering and asks that she be allowed to testify as such.
Any objection?
None, Your Honor.
Okay, the witness may testify as an expert.
Now, directing your attention back to your job, whose company ships do you generally inspect?
Well, I inspect ships all over the Lake Superior, but I do also inspect quite a few boats from Sleeping Giant Shipping Company.
Did you ever inspect the Fitzgerald as part of your job?
Oh, yes, I inspected the Fitzgerald several times, particularly after it ran into a lock wall a few times, and then again after it hit another boat.
Now, when was the most recent time you inspected the Fitzgerald?
That would be October 31st, Halloween, of 1975.
And what was this inspection for?
It was a quarterly inspection of the Fitzgerald.
What did you do with your findings from this report?
Well, all my findings I gave to Lieutenant Paul of the Coast Guard.
Why did you give your findings to the Coast Guard?
Well, it's the Coast Guard's job to make the official legal report that will then be sent to the owner of the Fitzgerald.
Now, for the court, what were your findings?
Well, after the inspection of the Fitzgerald, I found that there were several cracks in hatch combings on the Fitzgerald, and then I concluded that the Fitzgerald should not go out in the water.
Did you consider this ship seaworthy?
No.
Why not?
Well, the cracks in the hatch combings were a fairly serious problem. I mean, the whole purpose of the hatch combings is to create a watertight seal over the hatches. So any cracks, no matter how many or how big, will break that watertight seal and allow water to get in.
Why is breaking this watertight seal so bad?
And once the water can get in, it can then cause more damage to the hatch combings as well as structural damage to the hatches, which can inevitably lead them to collapse and let water flood in.
Now, directing your attention to the day of the storm on November 9th and November 10th, do you have any knowledge about what happened to the Edmund Fitzgerald and the SS Anderson?
As usual, I reconstructed the log of the Fitzgerald, which gives a detailed account of the Fitzgerald's journey on that day, and also the Fitzgerald and Anderson's conversations via radio.
How did you construct this log?
Well, I relied almost completely on testimonies from Sleeping Giant employees.
Would you recognize a copy of this log if I showed it to you?
Oh, absolutely.
Permission to show opposing counsel what has been previously marked as Exhibit 3.
That's fine.
Would you like a copy? Your Honor, would you like a copy?
I'm okay. Do you need a copy? No, I'm fine.
Permission to approach the witness?
You may.
I'm showing you what has been marked as Exhibit 3. Now, what is this?
It's the log I reconstructed.
Is it a fair and accurate copy?
Yes, it definitely appears to be so.
The plaintiff offers Exhibit 3 to evidence its authenticity has been stipulated.
Any objection?
None, Your Honor.
Okay, Exhibit 3 will be received.
Now, directing your attention to the first day at at the 3:15 p.m.
Well, at 3:15, it says that the Fitzgerald rounds near Caribou Island, near 6 Fathom Shoal.
And what does it say at 3:30 p.m.?
Well, let's see. At 3:30, the Fitzgerald said that they sustained topside damage. They had a fence rail down, 2 vents lost, and a list.
What is a list?
Well, a list is when a boat tips to one side, making the deck of the boat closer to the water.
Now, at 5:30 to 6 p.m., what does the log report say?
Let's see if I can. Well, the Fitzgerald says that they had lost their vents, lost both radars, had heavy seas over the deck, and now they had a bad list.
Thank you. Now, may I tender the entrance?
You may.
Thank you. May I approach the bench?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, what is topside damage?
Well, topside damage is damage caused usually when a force collides with the top of the ship, such as a large wave or wind.
Now, what causes bottom side damage?
Bottom side damage is caused when the bottom of the ship collides with a force, such as the lake floor.
And what kind of damage causes a list?
Well, there are 2 main reasons that a list happens. Either water getting in via topside damage, or water flooding in through bottom side damage, usually caused by running aground.
Thank you, Your Honor. No further questions.
Thank you. Any cross-examination?
Yes,